Shalom, shalom, Israel, man. I got something to show y'all, man. By the way, go subscribe to my brothers right there, man. I don't know them. I don't know them, physically, but they are my brothers, man. Go subscribe to them. Awakened Israelites and Yahweh Shai, man. Go subscribe to them, man. Show the brothers love, man, for doing this work. All right, we're gonna react to this. It says Tucker analyzes Biden's slow and painful press conference, man. 14 hours ago, man. All right, to show you this dude is a damn puppet, man. Let's go.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. Joe Biden finally gave his first press conference this afternoon. No president has ever waited this long to answer questions in public. And as of just yesterday, we were not still entirely sure it would happen. A reporter at the White House saw Biden ambling around and asked him if he was ready for his first press conference. What press conference? Biden replied. Apparently, in the end, somebody told him. A staffer pointed Biden toward the tape mark on the floor and gave him a shove. Biden shuffled forth and started.
They actually setting up press conference. He don't even know about it. I'm telling you, these people are puppets, man. They have people setting up press conference for them, and they don't even know about it. All right. The president have a bus. So who he is, man? Who is the bus? I want to meet the bus, man.
Talking and pausing and then talking some more and then pausing. You've heard the term pregnant pause. Joe Biden's pauses were third trimester quintuplets. These pauses were ready to burst. Here's one of them.
So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway.
When your girlfriend catch you cheating, you don't know what to say. You remember that meme? Yo, this dude don't know what he's talking about, bro. He have nothing to say. He don't know how to be president. The puppet master put him there, man. He's just a puppet.
We're ready to get a lot done.
Ready to get what done? A lot, but it's a lot. Be more specific, Mr. President.
Got that, America? We're going to get a lot done. A lot. Of course, we'll get a lot more done and confuse far fewer people if we go ahead and read our policy positions from small pieces of paper that others have painstakingly prepared for us. That way we won't lose consciousness in mid-sentence or accidentally start a war. So when the topic of North Korea arose, Joe Biden knew exactly what to do. He found his piece of paper and he started reading the words that had been written on it.
We're consulting with our allies and partners, and
he's basically reading a script, man. He's reading a script. This is what America come to, man. All right, this is what we come to, man. We have people deciding our fate, man. So he might be reading something that's gonna get us bombed in the next 24 hours, man. He don't know why he's reading, man. Talking about the leader of the nation. There he is, man. A fucking puppet reading something from a script. A scripted manual. That's why he's reading. Look at their birds behind him. Look at the birds behind him, man. Look at the birds behind him. Proud and stupid.
Be responses if they choose to escalate. We will respond accordingly. But I'm also...
He's reading like a third grade level, man. At a third grade level, man. He's not looking up. You don't know why he's reading. He's just reading, bro. At least you could just, learn this by heart, man. To deceive the people even better, man. But you can't even do that.
Prepared for some form of diplomacy.
It's got to be pretty intimidating to the North Koreans, who, of course, are watching it in real time.
Crypto for the people is here. Get started with as little as $1 today.
This is YouTube, man. Two commercials for what?
Your energy.
So like it, man.
Solar gives you the power to take back.
I hate this kingdom, bro.
They've got nukes in Pyongyang now, and that means they probably have cable TV too. Don't underestimate these people. They're crafty. Of course, the North Koreans were already deeply afraid of Joe Biden. They know that he means business. They remember the time that Biden beat the crap out of the entire Kim family with a chain. He and Nelson Mandela back in '86. You've heard the story. They've lived it. It's part of their lore. And now this. North Korea is facing not just Joe Biden's masculinity, but an entire piece of paper with instructions on it that Joe Biden is perfectly willing to read anytime he needs to. That cue card is Joe Biden's secret weapon in the fight against nuclear proliferation. You can breathe easy, America. And that's good news because we've got problems of our own in this country.
It's actually Esau exposing Esau, man. Devils exposing devils. You heard what he said, man? Our whole fate is based on a piece of paper, man, that he's reading. All right? So be careful, man.
One of our biggest problems is voting. It's getting harder and harder to vote. There are some people in America, bigots, let's just call them what they are, who are demanding that we know voters' identities before we let them choose our government. They want people to show IDs at the polls, if you can even imagine, in 2021. These bigots, Joe Biden explained today, are Republicans.
And so I'm convinced that we'll be able to stop this because it is the most pernicious thing. This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle.
Jim Eagle? Who's Jim Eagle? A comic book hero from the 50s? Some kind of dog-faced pony soldier? We didn't know who Jim Eagle was, so we went scurrying to our Google machines to look it up. Then we realized, duh, we're being way too literal here. It's an analogy. Crow, eagle. They're both birds, but an eagle is much bigger than a crow. That means that asking people to show a driver's license when they vote is much more racist than segregation and lynchings. Segregation and lynchings were Jim Crow. Voter IDs are Jim Eagle.
They Jim Crow loud. They're making jokes about this shit, man. About killing out my people. So am I supposed to feel good about that or offended? Oh, man. Esau gotta go.
Way worse. And that makes sense when you think about it. Most black people don't have government-issued IDs, and that's why they can't drive cars, or fly in airplanes, or hold jobs, or stay in hotels, or go to the doctor.
What the hell you just said? What did you just said? And this is how Esau think about us, man. You want to be part of the system, right? And this is how he thinks about you, man. You think that you're not even capable to have an ID, man. Little that I understand is most people have driver's license, man, around me, man. We have passports, man. We have things to identify ourselves, man. That's how they think about you, man. He said most of us, man. I'm not making this up. He said most of us. And when I think like most of us do have these things, it's like a small remnant of us that don't have those things, man. All right?
Or cash checks, or sign rental agreements, or buy homes, or open bank accounts, or purchase Sudafed at CVS. Black people can't do any of those things because they don't have IDs. Millions and millions of them don't have IDs, and it's...
You think that? That's what he thinks about us, man. Let me drink some water, man.
sad, as Joe Biden often points out. Now, you might think the solution to this tragedy would be make it easier for Americans to get IDs, subsidize them.
And guess what? That's Fox News, man. That's Fox News. Brainwashing people, bro. Thinking that so-called black people, man, have no IDs. They can afford to make an ID because we're all immigrants, right? We're all illegal. Millions of us are illegal. That's why he thinks. Guess what? You are illegal, Esau. You on stolen land. Your ID don't matter, man.
If you have to. No. Joe Biden has a better idea. Just make sure that no one ever has to show an ID in order to vote. And that way, the millions and millions and millions of African Americans who somehow don't have IDs won't feel bad or left out. They still won't be able to drive cars or have jobs or bank accounts or live anywhere, but at least they can vote a lot, and the rest of us won't be racist. Problem solved. As Joe Biden just told us, he's going to get a lot done. And not just in the next 4 years, by the way, but in the 4 years after that. Joe Biden is running again. He told us that today, too. By the end of his second
Sleepy Joe think he's gonna be the next 4 years and he's gonna be president again. Sleepy Joe, bro, you about to die, bro. You're about to die. I'm gonna do a prediction, bro. This dude got like the most he got is 2 years, man. He's gonna die and someone else gonna take place, man. And that person gonna be the worst. This dude not gonna be able to to live 2 more years, man, or 3 more years. His skin is like is already decaying. You look like a dead man.
term, Joe Biden will be 86 years old. That's a full
86
decade
years
past
old.
the life
86 years old. 86 years old. In the next 4 years, how old this dude gonna be? 90. So you want a 90 years old to be running your country, man? A 90 years old with all the problems in the world, man. This nigga gonna have a diaper on and running the country.
expectancy of the average American man, which for the record, Joe Biden has already exceeded. But there's nothing average about Joe Biden. Time improves him. Like certain varieties of artisanal cheese, Joe Biden is meant to be aged. He just gets sharper and more pungent. His next campaign will be even tastier. Watch.
Have you decided whether you are going to run for re-election in 2024? You haven't set up a re-election campaign yet, as your predecessor had by this time.
My predecessor needed to. My predecessor. Oh, God, I miss him. No, an answer is yes. My plan is to run for re-election. That's my expectation.
My plan is to run for re-election.
He's a joke, man. He's a joke. Cracking joke. When they ask you a serious question, man. That's your president.
Now, we weren't in the room when Joe Biden said that, but according to those who were, there was an audible gasp of horror from behind the curtain. Sources said it sounded very much like Kamala Harris. We can't confirm that, but we can tell you that Joe Biden has already picked a theme for his next campaign. The theme is unity. Now, wait a second, you might be thinking. Wasn't unity the theme of Biden's last campaign, the one that just ended in November? Yes, it was. But that wasn't enough unity. There is more unity on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Bucket loads of it, tractor trailer loads full. Imagine every swimming pool in Malibu topped to the brim with unity,
my ass.
and then add all the pools in Bel Air. That's how much unity we're talking about. And by unity, of course, we mean policies that make Americans hate each other much more than they ever have. That's what Joe Biden has given us so far, and soon we'll have more.
The third reason I said I was running was to unite the country. And generically speaking, all of you said, no, you can't do that. Well, I've not been able to unite the Congress, but I've been uniting the country based on the polling data.
You uniting what? Where? And who? Yo, Esau is so delusional, bro. He says you uniting the country. I'm telling you one thing, Joe, man. Your house is not the country, man. White people is not the country. All right? And there's no unity, man. Till today, there's no unity. Still racism. There's still problems in the streets, man. There's no unity, man. People are not looking out for each other, man. There's gonna be one unity, man, when the Yahweh Shai come back, man, and put you to death. That's the only way there's gonna be unity on this earth, man. It is what it is.
We have to come together.
Nope.
Oh,
We
the
don't.
polling data, the real currency of Washington. Now, we haven't checked the polling data ticker today, but we have to tell you that we approach this one specific claim with some degree of skepticism. Not every one of Joe Biden's unifying policies has fully unified the country just yet. There are still some crotchety holdouts deep in the American interior who aren't fully sold on his fresh new program of being humiliated, berated, disarmed, and taxed into poverty and powerlessness. Those people are...
Alright, I'm done with this, man. Alright, so y'all can go watch the video for yourselves, man. Shalom.